I'm okay.
Oh, thank God.
What it is, guys? It's your boy BlastphamousHD. Today we're here to check out a video about every single time Lois Griffin has boned somebody other than Peter. Let's do this before the battery in my camera runs out.
These are all the times Lois cheated on Peter in Family Guy, starting with the time she made out with Meg's girlfriend in Season 4, Episode 19. Okay, so Meg is going through yet another phase, this time believing herself to be gay.
I'm a lesbian.
That is awesome.
I wish I could believe Peter's excited for good reasons, but we all know that's not the case.
Meg, you are not a lesbian.
You know, I don't care what you guys think.
Sure you don't, that's why you came to dinner looking like Theo Vaughn.
Oh, Meg, I think you're just trying to fit in by pretending to be something you're not.
Certainly won't be the last time either, but what do parents know? Teenagers always have their lives figured out before adulthood, right? Well, Lois decides to put that to the test when Meg brings over her girlfriend Sarah.
What do I have to do to prove this to you?
Well, maybe if I'd seen you kiss your girlfriend.
So Meg obliges, but let's be real, that was a weak sauce kiss. That's the kind of kiss you give your grandmother or a dog. Luckily, Lois can show her how it's done.
Watch this.
Yep, nothing predatory about that. So yeah, Lois just outright cheated in front of her daughter and in front of her son, who I'm hoping at least got his shot in focus. Peter doesn't learn about this, but judging by how excited he got when he thought his daughter was a lesbian, I don't think he'd have too much of a problem with it. But next up is the time she got with none other than former President of the United States, Bill Clinton, in Season 5, Episode 13. Okay, so one night Peter is tasked by the Secret Service to help fix a flat on the former president's car.
Hey, I appreciate your help, man. We're a little overloaded because I'm having a fat chick party back here.
Not entirely sure what all goes down at a fat chick party, but if it involves Bill Clinton, I probably don't want to know, do I?
Oh boy.
Peter, being the fine male specimen that he is, decides to try to lift the limo himself.
Lift with your lower back in a jerking, twisting motion.
Don't know if I can say A for effort, but I can say A for my back! When Peter's laid up in the hospital, Bill decides to visit and promises to inject some youth into Peter.
When you get out of here, I'm gonna take you out and show you the time of your life.
And nothing makes you feel like a young man again like some good old Chuck E. Cheese. I kind of figured they want to do stuff that teenagers do, but I guess they can start as toddlers and work their way up.
Come on, Barbie, let's go party. Yeah.
Oh, come on, his footsteps aren't even coordinated with the screen. Okay, but how about some prank calls? That's at least a little more age appropriate, but not by much.
Is this Linda Tripp?
Yes.
You shouldn't have talked, you stupid bitch. I hope you die.
I thought these kinds of pranks were supposed to be funny. Alright, so after acting like a child and acting like a teenager, what's next on the itinerary?
Go to Mars, dude.
So their baked escapades eventually lead them to a farm, and they've got the munchies.
Dude, we could eat that pig.
What?
Dude, come on.
I'm not sure if I'm getting like a secondhand high through the screen or what, but that pig do be looking kinda tasty, not gonna lie.
It'd be so easy, man. It would take like a minute.
Could it really be that fast?
I think they're missing out on some steps, but screw it, I'm on board, let's eat a pig. But it looks like they never get that far, as Peter's found passed out in the kitchen. So, what happened to the pig?
Let me make you some coffee.
Welp, I guess no bacon this morning then.
Former President Clinton is nothing but a bad influence. I forbid you to hang out with him anymore.
Obviously, Peter doesn't see an issue and ignores Lois. Looks like Lois is gonna have to impeach Bill from this friendship herself. Get it? Presidential humor.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I need to have a word with you. Wow, you certainly are very persuasive.
Genuinely, what could he have said to make Lois cheat that easily? Also, fun fact, this episode was heavily censored for airing. Right after, Bill asked Lois for a cigar, but the original line was,
Hey, you up for a little NAFTA?
What's that?
Another afternoon fucking that ass.
I mean, I get why it was removed, but come on, that's gold. But to make matters worse, Peter catches them in the act.
I swiped some money out of Lois's purse. I don't think she'll notice because she's here humping you.
And so to save their marriage, Lois agrees to let Peter sleep with one person. Anyone he wants, no strings attached, no judgment.
Babs.
My mother?
Yeah.
Anyone in the world, and he wants Babs? I mean, I'm not throwing any shade, but if the first name he throws out is his mother-in-law, well, let's just say family holidays are about to get a lot more awkward. Surprisingly, Babs is down for it, so I guess it's time to get this infidelity train rolling.
Peter, are you sure this is what you want?
Yeah, I'll see you at home.
But Peter backs out at the last second, willing to forgive Lois and sacrifice his friendship with Bill.
Hey, listen, Bill, you and I need to have a talk. Boy, you are good. You are really good.
I guess he and Lois are even now after all. But next up is the time Lois found emotional support from Quagmire when Peter left her in Season 8, Episode 10. Okay, so the Griffins are on Family Feud, and somehow Lois cheats on Peter almost immediately. That's gotta be a new record.
I've been waiting for this for years.
But that isn't the last time she'll do something like that this episode, just you wait. The family makes it to the final round but ends up losing. Are you telling me there are more things to sit in other than chairs?
Chair.
Try again.
Big chair.
Nope, that's the same thing.
Peter gets a little rough with the host who knocks him out and I guess fries his brain.
What happened? Where am I? Who are you?
Yep, they're doing an amnesia episode, folks. Since he's forgotten everything, Lois tries to jog his memory with some home movies and wedding tapes.
I think that girl likes me.
Of course she does. She's your wife.
Hey, if I woke up not knowing who I was and I found out I had a wife, I wouldn't be asking any questions. No more dating and meeting new people, sign me up. But I don't really think it's sunk in for him yet, considering he's watching Lois change from the closet.
Peter, you don't have to spy on me. You're my husband.
So Lois decides to introduce him to the wonderful world that is making love.
Be happy. I'll be mad.
The YouTube rules say we can't show that, so here's The Rock to demonstrate. I bet that cameo cost millions of dollars. Money well spent. And it looks like Peter's finally found his drive in life.
And if sex with the rest of you is half as good as it was with her, then I think we're all gonna get along just fine.
On second thought, maybe that isn't such a good thing. Actually, I don't think he understands the concept of how any of that works.
You ready to have sex?
You bet. Move over so Tiffany and I have room.
Peter doesn't really see the point in being faithful to one person. It's like committing to one flavor of ice cream for the rest of your life. Just you and the ice cream filing joint taxes.
Well, if that's how you feel, then we no longer have a family.
So Lois takes the kids and moves out. If only there was someone who could help her feel less lonely.
Giggity. Giggity.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he just happened to be here and doesn't have any ulterior motives.
Maybe you haven't heard, but Peter and I aren't together anymore.
What? Why?
Yeah, that sounds like a guy hearing that information for the first time.
You want to stop by tomorrow night? I'll just whip something up.
Hook, line, and sinker. Good thing the years of spying on her in the bathroom haven't made Lois any wiser to Quagmire's game. And she really doesn't catch on when their dinner leads to the bedroom.
I don't know how a half a glass of wine got me so lightheaded. I better lie down.
You want me to help you upstairs?
I really don't know how he could make it any more obvious.
I think I can make it from here. Whoa, 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 whoa!
Well, you're not winning any Oscars for that performance, Quagmire, but you may have just won Lois over, which is why things get intimate real quick. Not super important, but why does she have her nightgown with her? Did she wear it under her clothes? Actually, I honestly could see Quagmire having one for her, stashed away for just such an occasion.
If Peter's never coming back to me, it's at least nice to know I'm in the arms of a trusted friend.
But luckily, Peter comes to his senses and steps in just in the nick of time.
I got my memory back, and I love you, Lois. I want you and the kids back. I want our old life back.
This is a tricky one, because Peter did cheat on Lois, though he lost his memory and couldn't remember the connection they had. But for Lois to go to Quagmire, Peter's best friend, it does still feel kinda scummy. Next, we're jumping to a whole other show to see the time when Lois made out with Bonnie in the pilot episode The Cleveland Show. So yeah, in case you've forgotten, Cleveland briefly had his own show before he came crawling back to Quahog. In order to move on from his divorce, he decides to move to Virginia.
Well, gosh, Cleveland, we're gonna miss you. Is there anything you need before you go?
Now that you mention it,
You think you and Bonnie could kiss each other just once?
I think she meant something more along the lines of boxes or a real estate agent, but whatever, it looks like the girls are game.
I suppose. Yeah, we might need some champagne.
Cleveland's got you covered. Something tells me he's been preparing for this for a while.
Oh boy.
Hey guys, he asked if you could kiss once. Something tells me the girls must have been thinking about this for a while too.
Man, don't ever interrupt that.
Dang! That's the first time I ever asked for anything I really wanted.
Well, I'm glad they gave you a memorable last few days on Spooner Street. And judging by Peter's face, he must be thinking, I could have asked for this the whole time? But I know Peter didn't ask for Lois to make out with Meg's boyfriend Anthony in Season 8's 13th episode. So not to defend Lois or anything, but Peter does kick off the episode by being a jerk about one gray hair she has.
I don't mind so much that you're aging, it's just the way you're shoving it down my throat.
Screw you, Peter.
You'd like that, wouldn't you? But the topic immediately shifts when Meg announces the impossible.
Is it okay if I invite my new boyfriend over for dinner tonight?
Yeah, what?
Surprisingly, it's the truth. Meg has a boyfriend, and by all accounts, he seems normal.
But there's nothing wrong with him.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we're gonna need a medical professional's opinion on this one.
He seems to be completely normal.
Yeah, I can definitely see why this is the talk of the town. It's like when a small town gets a new Walmart or something. That's all there is to really talk about.
This was worth the 500-mile drive.
Hey, go back to stool bend, you traitor. So Anthony wins the whole family over, it seems, especially Lois.
Has anybody ever told you you're pretty enough to be a movie star, Mrs. Griffin?
Easy there, champ. That's a married woman. Though I don't see a ring on that finger, probably because they all only have 4 fingers and have nowhere to put it.
She ain't what she used to be, all right? Once you get those pants off, it's like 2 sagging pressed hams and a slice of pizza.
Thank you, Peter, for that unneeded and very descriptive comment. The parents leave them to their business, but it looks like Lois wants a little bit of what Meg has.
I bet you taste like Mountain Dew and Starburst.
2 things that would absolutely disintegrate my teeth if I had them now. Kids don't get old. So Lois confides in Bonnie about her feelings, but she actually encourages her to act on them.
It's healthy to explore your sexuality.
Yeah, if you're a free spirit in college, not when you're already married. You know, friends are supposed to talk you down from these thoughts, not enable them, Bonnie. So Lois decides to find something for Meg to do to get her out of the house.
Your grandfather needs you to pick him up at the airport.
Anthony offers to go with her, but Lois says she'll keep him company until Meg's back. You don't need to be a detective to figure out where this is going.
Do my gray hairs bother you?
What gray hairs?
Kiss me.
Wow, just right into it, huh? Not waiting for the coast to be clear or anything? Rookie mistake, Lois.
Mom, I forgot my keys. Do you know where?
Lois tries to apologize, something she's obviously terrible at because it only makes things worse.
Well, I do know a few things, Megan. Clearly, if I wanted him, I could have him.
I think I'm sorry would have sufficed enough, Lois.
Look at you. You're old. You're nothing. You couldn't even imagine the things I do for him.
Meg might have her beat there. These youngins are into some weird stuff nowadays.
He hangs me from the shower rod with your old bras and then we laugh at you. Now get out of my room.
So Lois decides to blame Peter for her own infidelity.
You've made me feel so unattractive lately that I went and did something disgusting and abhorrent, and I'm ashamed of myself.
I totally get where Lois is coming from, but Peter isn't the one who made her cheat, she did. We call that personal accountability around these parts. What Peter was doing was terrible, but the right reaction was not to go make out with a teenager.
I guess I thought that if I could bring you down, you wouldn't start to notice that you're too good for me and run off looking for another fella.
Let's be real, she was always too good for him, not just now. But yeah, they make up and everything seems fine now, but for the love of all that is holy, try therapy first next time maybe? But Stewie may be the one needing therapy because it turns out he could have been fathered by an actor in an adult film Lois was in Season 9, Episode 9. So Lois becomes friends with Joyce Kinney, Quahog's newest news anchor. You know, the one that replaced the other one who murdered 3 people and tried to kill Lois. Fun times. Anyway, the two share some drinks as well as some very personal stories.
I'm sure you've done some crazy stuff in your time.
Well?
Oh, what is it?
It's probably something we've all done. Skinny dipping, tax fraud, hijacking a plane and then parachuting out of it with $200,000 in a suitcase never to be seen again. Don't lie, I know I'm not the only one.
Well, I have had an abortion.
Boring. Give us something good, something juicy, something image and credibility ruining.
When I was in college, I was in an adult film.
There we go. Turns out Lois hasn't told anybody about it, not even Peter. That's just the ironclad bond that 2 women who just met have. Although Joyce swore herself to secrecy, Lois gets a startling realization when she watches the news the next day.
Lois Griffin has revealed to this reporter that she appeared in a graphic movie back in the early 1980s.
And that's why you can never trust a journalist. You think just saying something is off the record is enough? That's a made-up rule if I've ever seen one. Lois confronts Joyce over this, but it turns out to have been Joyce's plan all along.
You really don't remember me, do you?
Remember you?
We went to high school together, Lois?
Yeah, so it turns out Lois bullied Joyce when they were young, and now Joyce is out for revenge. Gotta respect the long-term play. We, as a society, need to start holding more decade-long grudges. It's in our blood. Even though this all happened in the 80s, Stewie still has some concerns.
Am I a born baby? No, Stewie, come on. I doubt it. I mean, maybe. Yeah, probably, yes.
So to own her past, Lois decides to stream the adult film herself in church. Can I get a hallelujah?
The rest of you need to accept the fact that I made a simple mistake. And here it is.
Well, more power to you, Lois. I mean, I would never do that, but it looks like you got lucky because people are into it.
I know I'm a man of God, but that is hot.
But how does that fit into Lois cheating on Peter? Well, the timeline is kinda all over the place. She made the film in college, assumingly before they got together, but with Stewie being the youngest child, one does get a little suspicious when you look at one of the film's actors.
Somebody order a pizza?
Now, I don't know nothing about nothing, but I do know that your baby won't end up looking like someone you slept with decades ago. So somebody isn't telling the truth.
Yeah.
It can be debated, but because of that pizza guy, we'll go ahead and say this was a form of cheating because Peter didn't know about it. But Peter did know what Lois was doing when she tried to sleep with teenage pop star Justin Bieber in season 11, episode 7. Okay, so Lois is greeted with a big surprise party for her 43rd birthday. The party has everything: balloons, her friends and family, and the unwelcome reminder that she isn't as young as she used to be.
You may not be the young filly you were when I met you, but you're still my reliable old plow horse.
I hope making your wife cry was on the list of party games for tonight, Peter. Apparently Lois didn't come to bed that night, but that's when the family learns that they're getting a whole new Lois.
Hey, Spots. OMG, stop staring at me, please. Okay, thanks.
Oh no, she seems to have suffered a traumatic brain injury.
Peter, I think Lois might be having a midlife crisis.
Yeah, that's what I said, a traumatic brain injury. Peter doesn't seem to mind this new Lois, as she's feeling a lot more adventurous.
Get over here and kiss me. Let's have sex on all the clean, folded laundry.
Oh, she's crazy. Do you have any idea how long it takes to fold a whole load of laundry again? Like 15 minutes. But it doesn't matter. Peter is loving this. Can't say the same for the rest of the family.
Take me, you filthy destroy me and this laundry.
Put Meg's bra in your mouth.
So Lois and Peter make like a couple of youngsters and hit the town, popping pills, riding bulls, painting graffiti, and covering up the murder of a homeless man. All the things I miss the most about my early 20s. Lois wants to party all night, but Peter just can't keep up.
I thought you liked having a hot young wife.
Yeah, well, I did at first, but the novelty's worn off.
I think all her energy lies in the back tattoo. Peter just needs one of those, and I think he'll be good to go.
So if you don't want to run with the wild horses, then go back to the barn and go to bed.
So Peter does just that, but witnesses Lois going total fangirl for Justin Bieber.
Woo-hoo! We love you, Justin!
This came out in 2012, so Justin was about 18 around that time. Perfectly legal, yet morally questionable. Honestly, that should be Family Guy's slogan, shouldn't it?
I'm gonna go get our old mom back. If I'm the one who made her feel this way, then I'm the one who's gotta fix it.
Well, you better make it quick, Peter, because Lois is willing to do anything to get backstage.
Sorry, you're not allowed in here.
Oh, yeah?
I'm not into that.
But everyone is into frozen yogurt.
I love my job. Yum, 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 yum.
So Lois makes it to Justin, who isn't picking up on her pre-2000s movie references.
I'm your mom's friend, Mrs. Robinson.
I don't get that. Is that a reference to something?
Psst, say you're Elastigirl. All the millennials think she's hot.
Just get your pants off, hon.
Stop right there. Get away from her.
As usual, Peter is quick to beat up a teenager. I bet if I was a bitter high schooler again, that would have felt good to watch.
I've had enough of you too. Now you come home and start acting your age.
Remember, Lois was mostly doing this to make Peter happy.
I don't want to be with a kid anymore. I want a smart, sexy, beautiful, middle-aged companion.
Really kind of seems like this should have been your speech at the party, huh? Well, Peter definitely got what he asked for and more, but Lois did take it too far by trying to seduce a teenager. But the next guy she gets involved with in season 12, episode 7 is Larry, who is here and gone before we can learn anything about him. So Peter and Quagmire form their own musical duo, looking to become the next Hall & Oates or Simon and Garfunkel. They decide to hit the road and tour, but not before leaving all the little people behind.
Peter, I don't like what success is doing to you.
Yeah, well, I don't like what time is doing to you. Droop, droop.
I feel like almost every episode in this list involves Lois cheating because Peter makes a comment about her age or appearance. He should really be picking up on the trend now. The duo make it all the way to national TV. I wonder if the stress of months on the road and creative differences is starting to weigh on them.
Parents are gross! Parents are gross!
Come on, you. Get out of there.
Don't you hate when that happens? Thankfully, Quagmire has just the solution for getting it out.
All right, that's it! All right, we're done! Do you hear me? I quit!
But back home, it's Thanksgiving at the Griffin house.
I wish Dad was here.
Yet a song in the distance perks up their ears.
Peter? Dad? Oh boy. Larry, you gotta get out of here.
It's been a great 2 months.
Wait, who is that? I guess Lois found herself a new man while Peter was gone. Honestly, Larry seems like a pretty nice guy.
Meg, keep painting.
And like the night wind, he's gone just as soon as he arrived. This few-second clip doesn't exactly give us much to go off of. Like,
I got caught up in one of these. I had to jump out of a window. How many windows have I jumped out of? More than 11.
Like, just how deep was their relationship? Did they know each other before this? Why does she get romantically involved with two people named Larry? So let's talk about that second Larry from season 15, episode 20, who is made all the more disturbing because he's Peter's son. So during a ladies' night, Lois, Bonnie, and Donna decide to prank call their husbands. Donna pretends to be Michelle Obama for Cleveland.
I've been doing all your arm exercises.
Thank you, but those won't work on your fat arms.
And Bonnie tricks Joe by pretending to be a radio station, giving out $500.
Oh, but you have to be able to walk.
Nuts.
Dang, that cuts a little deep, doesn't it, Bonnie? Also, are you able to just talk normally like that?
What do you mean?
Never mind. Lois decides to go a little more out there for her prank on Peter.
You've never met me before and probably don't even know I exist, but you're my father.
Oh, they're gonna have a good laugh about this.
How'd you get this number? Don't you ever call here again.
To be fair, that's how I end all my calls nowadays too. Can never be too careful. Suspicious, Lois decides to tail him the next day. But no reason to raise alarms, he's just going to where all the guys like to hang out.
What the hell?
When she confronts him inside, he tries to play it cool and says he's not here to sell, but to buy.
Nice going, now you've ruined Christmas.
I don't envy the person who has to find that in their stocking Christmas morning. Anyway, it turns out Peter made a donation years ago, right before they got married.
I'd almost forgotten about it, but then last night I get this call from a woman who says she's my daughter.
Now that the cat's out of the bag, Lois convinces Peter to sign a form saying that his donor children can contact him if they want. They better not expect to get anything for Christmas, especially if Peter is shopping here. And wouldn't you know it, they get a surprise visitor not long after.
Who's this supermodel?
I'm Katie. I'm your daughter.
I'm not really seeing the resemblance here.
Well, we were all pretty excited to meet you.
What do you mean, we?
Oh man, that is a lot of Peters. How'd they all find each other anyway? Is there a same donor-parent group chat I don't know about? Also, how do we really know they're all related? Oh yeah, these creatures are related. Later, during a Peter family cookout, Lois bumps into Larry, one of Peter's sons.
You almost dipped one of your yabos in the marinara. Let me help you with those.
Isn't it kind of weird that Lois gets involved with two guys named Larry and in the same season? I don't even think I've met a single Larry in my life. Maybe it's a reference to what you could call the prototype Peter that appeared in Seth MacFarlane's pilot Larry and Steve.
I didn't spend 12 years in kindergarten because I'm stupid.
I gotta tell you, it's so strange. You look so much like Peter when I first met him.
Oh, the man you first fell in love with. Surely that won't have any implications. The two decide to grab some ice cream together and things almost immediately get weird.
Let me help you clean it off.
No! Oh, God!
Am I the only one who finds this disgusting? Not the cheating, the ice cream licking. Like, I don't care how attractive you are, if you do that to me, you are getting a punch to the throat. Do you have any idea how much crap we touch in a day?
Larry, are you turned on or starving?
Can't it be both?
And with that, the two lock lips in a kiss blessed by Satan himself. I know they aren't related, but surely this is raising some mother and son red flags, right? Now, racked with guilt, Lois decides to tell Brian what happened.
He kissed me and I kinda let him. I told him it could never happen again and that...
Brian, she kissed someone who looks exactly like Peter. You think she's just looking to kiss anyone?
Yes? That is the worst when you talk to a chick and she tell you about the horrors and slutty stuff she's done, and then you make a move on her and she's like, nah, but like, those guys, good Lord, I did all that horrible stuff. But with you, I feel like we can really build an emotional connection, but that's the worst. That's the worst.
I guess Lois isn't the only degenerate in the house. Despite all of that, she still ends up hanging out with Larry later.
Yeah.
If someone offers you a neck massage, there's a 0% chance this won't go where you're thinking.
Yeah, your bra strap is getting in the way here. I'll just bite it off with my teeth.
What's with these people getting freaky on the couch? Someone always walks in on you.
I might as well just tell you, Peter. I'm in love with Lois. I knew it the moment we kissed.
Well, only one way to settle this.
You son of a bitch!
The two beat the absolute crap out of each other. Who hasn't wanted to do this to their dad, though? Okay, maybe I'm the one who needs therapy. But before Larry can land the final blow, Lois knocks him out.
I was holding my own there.
You were getting beat up.
Lois apologizes for kissing him and not telling Peter, with her adultery once again being created by Peter's neglect. At this point, why not just divorce him if he drives you to cheat all the time? Can't ruin that image of a modern American family, I guess. And that's why Lois is more secretive about the next guy from season 17's 12th episode. So secretive that we don't even know his name. This is a really quick throwaway joke, but I think it's funny enough to mention. So anyway, while drinking at the Clam, Quagmire decides to tell one of his many dirty stories.
You know that UPS lady with the super bruised legs? Well, one time...
What is it, boy? Smell something? Little Timmy stuck in the well?
Where's he going?
So the guys follow him and...
He's like hypnotized. Do we wake him?
That could be perilous.
And that's literally it. That's the first and last time we see that guy. Like, who is he? Lois is in a whole different outfit and makeup, and judging by how they're acting, it seems like they're fairly comfortable with each other. How long has this been going on? Does anyone else know? Truly, this is one of life's greatest mysteries. Oh, and Quagmire was sniffing out an Asian massage parlor, in case you're curious.
I was happy to see that new massage parlor.
Yeah, we can tell. But what we can't tell is if Chris is actually Peter's son, as Lois revealed 4 episodes later that she had an affair with actor Seymour Hoffman in episode 16 of season 17. So in a very meta move, the Griffins are invited to do DVD commentary on one of their episodes. And DVDs are silver little discs you put in machines to make them play stuff, just in case you're too young to remember pre-streaming life.
Okay, welcome to Family Guy DVD commentary for episode 1614.
Even though we don't see them, we do hear them bickering a ton, especially when Lois finds out Peter makes more than her.
This number is 4 times what I make. Peter, you always said you made the same as me.
So yeah, if you're confused, they are actors who play their own characters on the show. Confused? Just don't be. Anyway, Lois finds out Peter was able to ask for a higher salary because of a secret from his past.
He's still paying alimony to his first wife.
First wife? What?
Oh, I guess he never mentioned he was married to actress Sarah Paulson, who, wouldn't you know it, is actually a guest star in the episode they're commenting on.
Hi, everybody. So sorry I'm late. I was stuck in the canyon.
Tensions continue to rise until Lois drops a bombshell of her own.
Cheetah, there's something you don't know. Chris might not even be your son.
Damn, I gotta say, that is infinitely more shocking than having a former marriage. But if Peter isn't the father, then who is?
I once slept with Seymour Hoffman.
You what?
Ah, the late great Seymour Hoffman, one of the greatest actors of the last few decades. Honestly, I can kinda see the resemblance. Maybe the writing was on the wall all along. After all, he did portray Chris on a show based on the Griffins' lives in the episode 15 Minutes of Shame.
And you're, that fat guy from Boogie Nights.
Peter and Lois eventually make up, but we never actually learn if Chris is really Peter's or not. Oh well, I guess, because as Peter puts it,
That's fine, none of that matters.
words to live by. But don't live by Lois's actions, like in season 20, episode 18, when she tried to seduce a handyman named Jamie and eventually got him killed. So things kick off as Lois hears a knock at the door.
Who is it?
Probably just the handyman here to fix up bocce balls.
You ever see a man that's so handsome that he turns you into a Muppet? Because Lois sure has. So this is Jamie, and he's here to do some suggestive work on the house.
I heard you had a hole that needed to be filled.
This guy's really gonna test our monetization, isn't he?
Is that a big job?
Nothing my caulk can't handle.
See YouTube, he's talking about sealant, spelled C-A-U-L-K. Don't get any ideas.
We have liftoff on Operation Thirsty Housewife.
Well, I guess he's gonna have to fix the ceiling while he's at it too. So the handyman draws all the stairs, from Lois to Meg to, of course, Stewie.
Well, it's still a bit moist, but should dry up soon.
Don't count on it.
Looks like they're gonna have to find a reason to keep this hot piece of drywall around.
Why don't you call me when you have a few things for me to...
Yeah, what's a few $1,000s in damages when you get to look at this guy all day? So Lois gets herself all dolled up, but not for a night out on the town.
This short skirt is making my legs look long and sexy.
Long legs, huh?
And who has long legs too? How about the hottest man of 1816, Uncle Sam? Yeah, looks like we're getting a mother versus daughter scenario. Meg does make a good point though.
You've got Dad. Jamie's mine.
But Peter's gone on a trip, so Lois finally has the chance to have a little fun.
Meg, I'm warning you, if you don't back off, I will end you.
Well, Meg might not be the one being ended, as Meg's ploy to sabotage Lois has some shocking implications for Jamie. See what I did there? That's the kind of comedy mastery 4 years at college can get you.
I'm okay!
Oh, thank God.
A bit of life advice, never say you're okay while in the middle of the street. A vehicle will always materialize out of nowhere to come hit you. So Lois and Meg's thirstiness cost this man his life, but don't cry because he happens to have an exact twin.
Are you also a handyman?
No, I'm an inner thigh masseuse, specializing in moms in their 40s.
Well, hello there.
You must need a hug.
Well, at least nothing too bad happened. You know, other than the handyman getting killed. But Lois's emotional cheating did have consequences like most cheating does. Maybe just stick to romance fantasy novels. They're all the rage right now for your age group, Lois. And finally, we know Lois loves attention, which was apparent when she tried to arouse Joe after he saw her naked in season 21, episode 3. So Peter and Lois's anniversary is being honored at the Peterschmidt house, and as a gift, Carter presents them with a brand new car.
That's it? Oh, crap, it looks so much bigger in the Sky Mall magazine.
Sure, but there's no way that's the same price as an actual car, right? Like, you obviously would have realized that. Then again, he's so rich he probably doesn't look at the price tag anyway.
It's the thought that counts, Daddy, and it was a very nice thought.
Not sure enough thought went into it, but I digress. Anyway, Lois goes to the bathroom to change, but an unsuspecting Joe wheels his way into a show.
Joe, I'm in here!
If that wasn't bad enough, this whole incident has Joe's, general standing at attention. Can't get demonetized for that, right?
I'm sorry, I'm leaving!
Hey, I didn't even think that thing worked at all. Good for him. And wouldn't you know it, Bonnie can't wait to tell Lois about the fun night of love they had afterward. I'm guessing he must have left out the specifics of how that happened.
And for the first time in 9 years, Joe was able to achieve manhood.
9 years? God bless you, Bonnie.
What am I gonna do? I bet Joe was only able to do it because he was thinking of me.
And that's not the end of it. Lois even catches Joe spying on her from the window while she's cleaning dog poop off her shoes. Please tell me the poop isn't playing a role in getting you hot, Joe. She really believes she can make cleaning dog poop sexy, but hey, it seems to work for Joe.
Hey, Mon, you busy?
Should I get the pump?
No need.
I know she probably feels like she's performing a good service, but we all know this is a vanity thing for her. Hey, how about using some of that on your own man, Lois?
What do you say tonight I turn the TV off and turn you on?
What are you, drunk?
Oh yeah, I always forget Peter for some reason hates getting on with his hot wife. Lois's very obvious moves on Joe are eventually noticed by Quagmire.
All right, Joe, it's showtime.
What is she doing? It's not even sunny.
Gotta say, it does feel a bit weird to see someone like Quagmire having an issue with Lois being spied on. Maybe this town isn't big enough for two peeping Toms.
Peter deserves to know. He deserves to know right away.
And so he does just that.
I saw Lois strutting around your front yard, basically putting on a show for Joe.
Well, Quagmire is the expert on these kinds of things. I guess it's time to have a sit-down chat with Joe. But I guess every chat with Joe is a sit-down, huh? And that's how we men handle things like apes. Peter then confronts Lois about her little shows for Joe.
So what if I was putting on a show? At least someone was in the audience.
Hey, you know what sounds good right now? A big tall glass of divorce. Lois still stands by that what she was doing was good for Joe, though Peter doesn't see it that way.
You're flaunting yourself in front of the whole neighborhood just to boost your own ego.
Maybe two things can be true at the same time. Well, this doesn't deter Lois, who brings her show right to Joe's front door.
Sorry, Lois, I can't do this to Peter, but please know that you have done a great service for my and Bonnie's life.
Thank you for your service, soldier. Now feel free to take off those heels. It's noon on a Tuesday, not ladies' night at the club. But if Joe isn't down anymore, maybe someone else is.
I can do it for Joe. I can do it for a whole hospital wing of disabled veterans.
Finally, the police actually do something.
I'm a sexually desirable woman.
And now you're a criminal, all because you wanted a little extra attention. Well, with an outfit like that, you're definitely gonna get some in jail. And you should definitely make sure to leave a like and subscribe to see.
With that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to comment, like, and or subscribe. It's your boy BlastphamousHD. Twisms.